I have a water filter here, a pure source water filter that is used in Frigidaire and other refrigerators to filter the water supply. And it's made by ULTRAWF. I used it for about 6 months, and the light kept coming on saying the filter needed to be replaced. And I know that's electronic. I don't know if they do it by time. I'm not sure if there's a calendar type circuit in there that marks time, or if it is dependent on how many times you use water from the water dispenser or the ice dispenser. So I was wondering, what is in this thing that is filtering the water? What type of filtering? Do they have carbon, or what type of material is in here? Is there an electronic type circuit inside here? And is this filter really dirty, or does it even work? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking a saw. I don't want to damage the thing. I don't want to cause the plastic to melt, so I'm not going to use a high-speed saw, which would be quicker. I'm just going to use a hand saw, and I'm going to start sawing along this edge over here, and I'm going to try to open this thing up and see what's inside. So stay with me. I'm going to be using this fine tooth hand saw from X-Acto to open this thing up. It's going to take a long time compared to if I would just use a power saw, but I want to make a clean cut so I can see what's inside this thing and share it with everybody. I've been working on this thing for about 2 weeks now. I'm kidding, probably about 10 minutes, and I'm getting a nice clean cut. So I'm almost through. You can see how deep the blade is going in. I'm almost through this thing, and then it'd be nice if this cap or the cover comes off and things, going inside, and things slide off. So a couple more minutes of sawing and I should be there. I just heard a big pop, so I think I got through. There we go. Hey, this worked. Okay, let me get the stand out of the way. I don't really want water to come off. That's the cover. There's still water inside there even though I poured it out. This just is the snap-in ratchet piece inside the refrigerator that holds it in place. So you don't need that. And this is the cover. Let's take this thing out now and see what's in there. There's a little cap on here. I'm sure there's a lot of water left. That's just the white stuff is the residue from sawing. So this is what's inside this thing. Just an empty tube. Almost PVC type material. And then we have an opening that the water. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so we have the cap goes on like this. So I'm assuming that water goes in to this side and pours out of this little hole over here. I think that's what goes on. But there doesn't appear to be any hole here, so I don't really see water's going in, but I don't know how water is coming out. I mean, again, look at this thing. You see there are two openings on the ends over here, and there is an opening in here and an opening there. So if water goes in, how does water come out of here when we only have one opening here, and there does not appear to be any way that the water comes out? So does this thing even work? And seriously, there appears to be only one entrance for the water to go in and no exit. So now I'm wondering what is in here and what does this thing do? And the answer is that this is inside of this unit. So what happens is, I believe water goes into here and gets filtered out of this hole. So the water goes in, goes through the filter, shoots out here, sits inside this unit, and then exits through one of these holes over here. But I still need to open this thing up to see what's inside it. And I just made a huge mess on my cloth over here. I pried the bottom off. I pried the bottom off over here, and you can see this huge mess. I'm going to have to get more paper towels. So far, that is the only dirt. That's a lot of dirt, though. There's a lot of sediment in there. I think you can see all the gunk that's in there. I'm going to get more paper towels so I don't ruin my carpet, and I will continue this video. There's still a lot of white particle mess over here. I think that's from... No comments about wiping this off like this. I think that is the dirt from sawing this thing. So let me look inside here. And this feels like a very soft, no, it's kind of a hard material. A little soft inside there. I'm going to put my finger in here. We'll see what comes out. Because I'm really curious, what is this thing filtering? I don't really feel anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pry off the other end. I'm not saying the filter doesn't work. The filter did have a lot of black junk that you saw, all these particles. That, okay, I'm using the screwdriver, just going to try to pry this off. I do not want more water on the carpet. Okay. That covers off. And I don't know if this is actual dirt or if this is the filter falling apart, because you can see this black material is just starting to come off. So maybe that's why the filter wears out after so much time, because the water breaks down the, I don't know if this is charcoal or I'm not sure what this is, but the water maybe breaks down this material and clogs it up, and that's why it stops working. So again, still hard to say what's going on in here. I'm going to get the saw out again. I'm going to get more protection on the carpet. I'm going to get the saw out, and I'm going to try to saw this thing in half so we can look in there and see what is in there, if anything. It looks like by sawing this, I'm going to make an incredible mess. And I might just be breaking down the material, and then I won't be able to know what is in the filter. So I'm going to take some water, and I'm going to get a dish, and I'm going to pour the water through here, and we'll see what comes through. We'll see if there's anything in this filter besides the filter falling apart and breaking down over time. If you like my videos, do a thumbs up, a subscribe, go to my channel page and click on the support button if you want to, and help me out. So this is the filter. I'm just going to soak it in some water now. And we'll look and see what comes out of this mess, if anything. I don't really know. I was expecting this to be like a regular carbon type filter where you would see an enormous amount of particles or sediment or dirt, almost like a fish water. You get the aquarium, the filters, and there's nothing in the water. There's absolutely nothing in the water. I live in Los Angeles. Our water's fairly clean. It's filtered. It's one of the best waters in the country. And one of the safest. There's absolutely nothing inside this filter. There's absolutely nothing. Now, the carbon material could give it a better taste, or it might be filtering out some chemicals. I know they say it will filter out chemicals and small particles, so I might not be able to see that, but the water shows nothing. Nothing's coming off of this filter. It's a smooth material. It's a smooth, hard material. I'm going to insert my finger. Oh yeah, I got my finger inside there, and there's nothing that comes off. I feel there's no dirt at all. And then I've got this, which has 0 dirt. And then I've got that other piece that I folded up because it was making a mess, which was the end. Let me try to get that out of this. And that is just part of the material from the filter. So I can't say that these filters don't work because, again, they've got the carbon and they are filtering microscopic pieces. But if you look in this water right now, that's $50 worth of, or $40. That's a $40 filter, and there's nothing inside. There is nothing on the outside, and there is next to no particle material, no sand, no dirt, nothing. Alright, so that's going to be the end of my video on the water filter and what's inside these things. Hopefully it educated all of us a little bit. Yeah, it's crumbling over here. So all I can say is there is no electronic anything. There's no electronic circuit inside the filter. My assumption is that when you slide, where's that piece? When you slide, I don't even know where that piece went. When you slide this inside, it might activate a circuit that starts counting down how much time this has been in the refrigerator. Or I can't believe that they're measuring how much water you've pushed through the system, so it's got to be based on time. And does the filter work? Most of that white stuff is from sawing it apart. So and most of the black stuff that's in here is from the top of this starting to crumble and wear out. Really hard to say how effective these filters are.